A little bit.
Miss Diana, I see it just popped up. She said, I would never sleep if I had that much coffee late.
I could drink coffee and go to sleep.
He can fall asleep while drinking coffee.
I would actually have coffee set. I don't even know if we're live yet. Are we even live? Does anybody even see us?
We are.
Good evening. So anyways, what's so funny is I can drink coffee and sit it down beside me and literally.
Anybody else do that? Or is he just the only one?
I can have half a cup sitting there, like me drinking.
That I can now.
I can now.
He'll start saying hey to everybody that popped on here.
Yes, let me pull it up. Well, hello, Miss Rebecca, McLeod, Sean, Alaska, Miss Kathy, Diana at Justice Acres, Rehab Life Hat Creek. How are y'all? This is Stacy. How are you doing? Trying to get caught up on everybody. Is that good enough?
Mm-hmm. If I start yawning tonight, y'all just be like,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
She's tired.
I'm gonna make her get up and do jumping jacks.
Hey, I might seriously have to. No, 2 nights ago, I didn't really sleep that well. I just had. I don't really usually get anxious. I don't know about y'all. If y'all are anxious, like if something comes to your mind, it just kind of weighs on you, and you can't like get away from it. But that happened 2 nights ago. I woke up and had a lot of stuff. I was just like, we've got to do this, we got to do that, we've got to be on this time frame. I mean, it just kept going through my head. I cannot get it out of my head. And that is like so not me. If you ask Colby, like when I'm in the bed, I'm out.
Hey, getting started on Homesteading.
But that morning, I could not go back to sleep. I just had so much going through my head. And then last night, I had a terrible dream about Harley. And then when I woke up, and it was such a bad dream that whenever I was having chest pain in my dream, I actually woke up and my chest was still hurting because I was so upset in my dream. Then I couldn't go back to sleep early this morning. I just kind of tossed and turned.
Early this morning.
Well, early for me.
This morning.
So, yeah, see, I'm supposed to start it now. Oh, because I just sat down. So then
it's over. We're gone. Happy homesteading, y'all.
We did all of our schoolwork, and then I was pretty much in the kitchen all day. Y'all saw my picture.
Sunny place.
Y'all saw my picture earlier. I was holding some soap. I've been making soap all afternoon, and cooked a big supper tonight. And we literally cleaned up from that and bathed kids. And
we've actually made a good time. I didn't do the processing of soap. I mean, soap. Milk.
So you're talking about soap.
I know, really. My wife will dream distorted things from her day. Like, it's the craziest thing. She actually dreams things from her day distortedly. It's just the most unique thing.
But I don't know why I would have dreamed about alligators, because we drove by the pond on the Ranger. I mean, I guess that's what it was.
Yep.
But yeah, I had dreamed that we were out by the pond.
Nadoka Woodcrafts, welcome. I hope I said that right. Thank you.
Anyway, I dreamed that Harley had gotten in the pond, and I was telling them don't get in, and an alligator come up and got her and took her all the way to the bottom. And by the time me and Aiden had gotten in, I saw it take her all the way to the bottom, and then she disappeared because it was so dark. And I literally was so upset in my dream that I woke up with my chest hurting. So, and then I couldn't go back to sleep.
I'm gonna do an exam later. I'm gonna lay on the couch and be like, what is your real problem?
I need counseling. Are you saying I need counseling?
I can counsel you. I'll do it. Hey, Maria's Vegetable Garden, how are you? Hey, I said it right.
I have crazy dreams also. See, I'm not the only one. Maybe it's wonderful people that has crazy dreams. And the bad thing is I always remember my dreams. Like Colby, he don't even, like, he never remembers his dreams. I remember, like, almost every single one of my dreams, I remember them. Stacey said I do not like those dreams. I don't either.
I remember some,
crazy
but then I'm like,
pregnancy dreams.
When I have dreams, I'm thinking, was that real? Because mine are more real. Like, mine are like, did I actually do that? Because then I get worried. I'm like, did I do that already or not do that? Misty dreams, like,
I've heard that pregnant women have the craziest dreams. Yeah, but what's weird is I usually do have like off the wall dreams anyway. But that had me so upset. They're usually not
Daniel, what's up, man? Hey,
they're usually not about something bad happening to the kids, though. And I was literally so upset. I just couldn't go back to sleep.
59 here this evening. Kim Winkler, that would be awesome. We were supposed to have a
You freezy
quote
cat.
unquote cool snap
And it did not
this
turn
week,
cold.
and our cool snap was supposed to be in the 60s during the night, and early 70s, like 71, 72. It didn't happen.
Mm-mm.
It was ridiculous.
What's actually is the bigger I get, and y'all saw my big old belly on that picture a while ago, the hotter I get.
Hey, fancy farmer.
So they wake up in the mornings
We're like
and
freezing.
And I'm like burning up. Like I'll fix breakfast and sit down and I'm like fanning myself and they're like, Mama.
But that's funny because
stop.
Misty is actually very cold natured.
But when I get this big, I don't know. I guess it's all the extra blood and hormones. And all
Hey,
that.
Mountain View, how are you, man?
When I was pregnant with my 7th, I would always have odd dreams.
I don't hardly ever remember my dreams. So with Misty having bad dreams, I guess we
Thank
move on.
you, Gossmania. That's sweet.
She is beautiful.
I don't feel like that right now.
How did we get started on dreams? And where do we go?
Because I
in
was
this life?
saying that I'm probably going to be yawning a lot tonight because
Hey, Shirley
I mean
Scaff.
it's 8 here, but we are usually we try to get in the bed between at least by 10.
Hey, Larry, how are you, man?
At least by 10. So we try to start winding down between 8 and 9 at night. But on our live nights, I wouldn't say it's late for us, but I mean it's
Homesteading, Graving Business Life. How are you?
I'm gonna get some drink real quick.
No, you're leaving. Oh, wait, you're leaving to get drink instead of me for coffee?
Yeah.
So you gonna talk about me anymore? I know, Larry, we've been missing you. Glad you're back. Sorry that it's too dark so you can't work outside though. I understand that completely. What's so funny is when our time changes, I come, I milk in the mornings and I'm still trying to do chores at the dark at night too. So it's crazy. I like the time change because I like the season, but I wish they just leave the time alone. I can't stand how they change the hours. It stresses me out. Daniel, we've been doing live streams for how long, Misty? A long time. The max at 8?
Probably almost a year now.
Probably a year. No, we ain't been doing a year, have we?
Mm-hmm.
We were close.
Started last fall because we were doing them when we went to
It might be
Homesteaders of America.
10 months or so. Yeah, 10 months or so, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we put fall up pretty early here. We get crazy about it.
I love fall though.
Daniel, it's always good because it gets your numbers up. So I think it's a good thing to do. Plus, it helps build community. It's what we do. I always look forward to seeing all y'all
Well, we
here.
get to talk. We feel like we get to talk to people personally.
Drops Family Garden, what's going on?
Because we read. Sometimes we miss comments, but we're able to read the majority of the comments and answer them and talk back and forth, and we get to learn about the people that jump on, and they get to get more personal with us. I guess that's what you could say is it's a little bit more personal than just throwing some videos out there.
We enjoy live. I mean, when we
really
first
do.
talked about it, it was like, we're not going to sit in front of a computer and talk to people. I mean, like, it was so strange to us. We were really worried. For one thing, we were like, we're not cool enough. We had like one person on. I actually called the first night we did. I was like, I'm just a call off. People just tell them to get on so it wouldn't look like we're just talking to ourselves here.
It was not bad.
No, we enjoy it though, because we enjoy y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Brazards, we've been thinking about y'all down there. Hope everything's going better. We've been keeping up
Mhm.
with you on social media.
And the cleanups and all that. For me, fall and Thanksgiving are synonymous.
We're the same way with fall and Thanksgiving. We just run
Mhm.
all that time now. You'll see Thankful stuff up November 1st. We almost move into Christmas time, so we
Yeah.
feel that too. So
Well, he forces me
forces.
to start. No, I wouldn't really say that. I mean, I probably wouldn't put it up November the 1st,
Oh yeah.
but I would definitely before Thanksgiving because we put so much stuff out. We talked about this last week. We put so much stuff out with all the trees, all the garland, all the lights. It's not even worth.
Thank you, Miss Piggy.
Only 107 days till Christmas. Yep. And so then when you think about doing all that work
Simply Southern Roots, how are y'all?
for like 3 or 4 weeks, it's like it's not worth all the work.
So we're leaving up to April this year.
No, we aren't. We put it up early so that we can have time to enjoy it. And then you spend so much of December running here and running there and Christmas parties here and there to where
Okay. I've got to stop this larder thing that we've got going on. We call it a cabinet. All of a sudden, Kim sends a message saying they call that a sideboard. I mean, what is that? I don't even know what that even means.
well, Actually, we call that a buffet,
Buffet.
here.
That would be a buffet or a
If
cabinet.
it was like in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I actually have it, and y'all heard me talk about it on the video.
It's pretty cute now.
Y'all heard me talk about. I don't have anywhere in our big space because there's something on every wall, but we really needed that storage, and I had that extra space in the baby's room, and it's beautiful, and it goes there perfect. So I took all of that extra supplies I had and just put it in there. So we just named it the larder, even though it's in the baby's room. I can't actually call it a buffet. I mean, it's not really. I don't know. It's really not in my kitchen area, but it's beautiful.
It's a set of drawers.
Right. And the reason why I got it is because
Henry Sonny's.
I found it on social media, and the lady does not even live in Mississippi anymore. She lives in another state, but she has stuff in storage here. And go back, and we're missing a lot of comments.
Hey, I'm trying to keep up with you.
Anyway, so she was trying to sell the stuff that she had in storage here. And in my opinion, I was like, I'm not paying that. So I just messaged her, made her an offer, y'all, and she just took it.
And I was like that too.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it was a huge blessing to us because I told Colby, I was like, it's beautiful and I would love to have that. But I'm offering her like half the price of what she wants for it. But she took it. I think she's ready to get rid of that stuff. We found it for a steal.
We don't even know what it is. We just said a larder because we had fun making fun of that word a few weeks ago. So it's
actually like a buffet. It has your cabinets on the top, your drawers on the top, your cabinets on the bottom. That's got the big, thick piece on the top. I mean, it's considered a buffet, but we're just going to call it our larder for right now.
We just got stuff in it. It's called storage for me.
Storage, that's right. All right.
Okay,
we missed
so
a bunch of comments.
We are not going to Heartland Homesteaders. We would love to, but just milking. We have a dairy cow or two dairy cows that people don't like to milk for us. So we're not going to be able to go. We would love to. We actually are getting our cows checked Friday, our dairy cows checked Friday, and then our Herefords checked the next Friday. We're just going to make sure everybody's like it's supposed to be, and then we'll kind of know what the situation is.
Yeah. Well, and then that's going to kind of tell us when we're supposed to kind of dry them up. And then when we can do that, I hope it's around Thanksgiving. I really do, because somebody said, when are you due? I'm due 3 days after Christmas, so December the 28th. And we kind of wanted to do something together as a family, but it has to be when they're dried up. But before I get so far along that I'm scared I'm going to go into labor. So
yeah, we don't want to have a baby like somewhere off in the middle of nowhere. So.
Where I don't know the doctors. I worked at our local hospital for several years, so we know all the nurses, we know all the check-in people, we know all the doctors, and blah 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 blah. So I would be in a pure panic trying to go somewhere that I didn't know.
Let's see. Drops, I saw your post about everything. Welcome to 2020, man. It looked like y'all had some complicated stuff going on the last few weeks or a few days. It says, throw a dust storm in there. Absolutely. Stidham Family Gospel. I hope I said that right. Thank you. Welcome.
Did we miss any other comments?
I don't know. I can't.
I talked for a little while.
Mommy she sometimes just gets ahead of herself. We talked about dreams already. Dreaming. And you're eating your cracker?
I'm eating my graham cracker.
I don't even like sweets. I don't even know where we're going with this live. I'm sorry, y'all. Misty made a cake a while ago, though. Oh my gosh! I'll have to share y'all that recipe.
It was
the bomb.
The icing is what made it.
Oh my gosh! I don't even like sweets.
It was a cream cheese icing. It was really good.
Hey, Eric, in the woods. What's up? How are you doing? Hey, Daniel Rizzo, you asked about the Harvest Moon giveaway. I'm sorry, I saw that a while ago. No, we have not. We haven't looked into it. I saw you post about that, but to be honest with you, we have not talked about doing that or even getting into it. So, Moorhead, what's going on? How are you?
I decided not to barbecue on Labor Day.
What did we do? Oh yeah, we swam with the family. We got cool. We got a cool video.
The whole time I was pregnant. I do. I do.
We have got some cool things coming up. I forgot to tell you all this. We have two major additions or transitions in our farm the last few days. We actually had
I like peanut butter, Sean, in
big
Alaska.
hay barn go up at our beef cattle farm. So we're excited about
Moorhead
that.
Homestead.
I've already said, hey, have you not been
I'm
paying
sorry.
attention? She doesn't
I'm
listen to me.
reading.
She doesn't listen. No, but we have this 40 by 60 barn that goes up. So we are going to do a video on that and how much we spent on it, talk about the importance of having the barn there for our beef cattle. So we're excited about that. So also, secondly, we have been doing our renovations to our land here at our homestead about getting this stuff cleaned up. So we've had a dozer company come in for the last 2 days and making a huge difference. So we're going to have a lot of things going on.
Kim, that's pretty funny. I worked the opposite end of the floor of our second floor was half labor and delivery and half post-op, which is your surgical patients, and I worked at that end. But I knew a lot of the people from down there because we would work back and forth together every now and then. So I do know a lot of the girls down there, but that is pretty funny.
Let's see. I missed one. Oh yeah, Ivy Acres. Hey, I made a second batch of your yogurt today from Misty. Thanks so much. We actually make yogurt 3 ways now.
Well, let me tell you this. I have started adding a little bit of beef gelatin to mine to give it a little bit more thickness. And that is a really good thing to do, which most of ours goes in yogurt, so it really doesn't matter anyway. Smoothies. I'm sorry. Yeah, most of the time I make our yogurt to go in smoothies because I add blueberries, strawberries, honey, vanilla flavor, or not vanilla extract, and yogurt. But it's really good like that. But when we want to eat it with just fruit or just oats or something on it, I really like that gelatin. I really like that wiggliness.
Wiggly jiggly.
And it not be so liquidy. So I did a lot of research and found that the
Walker Farm
beef gelatin really does well with the yogurt. And it really does. I have made multiple batches with that, probably 3 now, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And absolutely love it. So if you find that sometimes the consistency isn't perfect for what you want, try the beef gelatin. It's perfect.
Yeah, you can buy non-GMO organic beef gelatin.
And it turns out really perfect.
Also, we've been playing around with sour cream. We've really got a good feel for it too. So we'll probably have another video coming out on it as well. Douglas Satterley, what's going on? How are you? Let's see. Trying to catch up. Daniel Rizzo, we have our homestead farm, which is 35 acres. And then we have a beef farm that I share with a family member. All it is it holds our beef farm. If you watch some of the videos about our big Ferdinand, our big bull, and some of our Herefords, and some of our Angus cows, which are going to be Ginger, Holly, Lily, Macy.
And then Ferdinand.
And then Nellie and Ollie. All our beef cows are sitting at another farm, and that's where we keep most of our beef. Except for the ones we're raising as steers. They usually come back to our homestead.
Which Ike, most of you know, we've already soldered Ike. Christoph will be up next, and he's probably the end of next summer, I would say.
He'll probably be the first summer. He'll be about 950 by then, probably. Let's see. Sean in Alaska. Man, probably. I would love to have a dozer. I know that sounds stupid. I mean, like, that would be the coolest thing in the world, just to go play on a dozer or like a mulcher all day.
Hey, these guys, Taylor, thank you so much.
They tear up stuff for money. I mean, how cool is that? That is the coolest thing.
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress here. You guys will see an upcoming video.
Crazy.
I'll be glad when it gets cleaned up. I love the trees and I love the look. Pasture is so important for what
Tiffany Taylor, thank you. I'm glad you found us.
What'd you say?
I wasn't listening. I was reading. Did you say hey to Evans Family Homestead too?
I don't think so.
Hey, Evans Family.
So anyway, yeah, it's coming along. Right now, I still look out and I'm like, I don't like it, but it's coming. I mean, we have to have the pasture land.
It's gonna look.
But it still looks like a bomb went off over there.
Yeah, she is in trouble. Oh gosh.
What's the thing you're most proud of this summer? What was your biggest fail? I would say I'm most proud of our big garden. We produced a lot of food for us.
Our big garden jammed. It did. I would say on a positive note, I'd say beef. Having the beef actually hit the freezer.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. It's
What
kind of
was-
like, to me, it's kind of like the milking. It's kind of like the initial everything. It's just it's good to have the beef in the freezer.
What was your biggest fail?
Not having enough toilet paper. I'm joking. I'm just joking. What would you say?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Moorhead, we actually have about 32 freezers to be exact. We have 7 freezers.
I think
One on the way.
planting more around the house than we could handle.
Yeah, I mean,
We had so many tomatoes. We didn't get them all stuck up. Stuck up. Did I say that right? We didn't
No.
get them all
I-
stood up. Anyway,
staked.
staked. There we go. We didn't get them all staked. We didn't get them all right. I felt like by the time that they were ready, we were kind of like dying from the heat.
Yeah.
And we already had so much other produce and stuff coming in that we were just kind of like, just let them go.
Let it go.
And so I would say that was kind of our biggest fail. I don't really like to plant stuff that we can't take care of. And we said we weren't going to do that this year.
We're overplanners.
But we totally
We're
failed.
overachievers.
We totally failed on that.
We actually did not fail in our garden whatsoever. We failed at the raised beds around the house more than anything.
Tied up, yeah. Put up, tied up, yeah. We just let them go. And I hate that because I said we were not going to be. Kim said I sting. I finally recovered from the sting on my foot, y'all. That was terrible. I said I will never make fun of him again after that.
I know she kept apologizing. She kept walling around here just like limping, and she finally apologized for all those.
I have never had that much redness and swelling. Like I've been stung by them a few other times.
Go back and look at this video, or go back. It wasn't a video.
It was just
Facebook. When I got stung here, Misty made so much fun of me. And just laughed.
I didn't really make fun of. I mean,
she was just being
was
completely
laughing.
mean. She was mean.
It's been horribly hot here in Texas. Yes, we feel the same thing over here in Mississippi. It's been terrible.
Hot.
It's time to get a walk-in freezer. You know, we actually had the Waldens tag us in a post of the huge walk-in freezer of a local place in town going out of business.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But it was what's the name of the place? We don't. I had never went in since we've been married. It's over by Burger King. Yeah, it's going out of business and they're selling everything.
Was
like
it a good deal?
Tables, chairs. It was $2,000. It was. I mean, it was like.
Where's that post?
Huge. That it was like we couldn't fit that thing in our garage. It was huge.
Plus, we've never been in. Oh gosh, that's probably why they're going out of business. We've never been there. There's a lot of places like that around here.
But yeah, I meant to tell you about that, but I was like, but it was really old to me. It's probably older than us, and I was like,
we actually talked about building a cool room. We have an actual our feed room. If y'all know where our feed room is, off our garage where we keep our dairy food. Hey, Susan Bass, how are you? We talked about making a cool room over there because it's actually already insulated. All we'd have to do is actually tie in a cool by and an air conditioner and one more set of insulation. It's got the perfect flooring, perfect ceiling, perfect everything for it. So
Rehab Life said that's a bargain. But this, I don't know if you heard the tail end of our conversation, but it's like older than us. So I mean, I don't know. It might. I don't know. It might have been because the old washing machine and dryers, man, those suckers don't ever tear up. You buy a new one. Like 2020, and it'll be 2 years. It'll be tore up, in 2.5 years. The people were talking about humidity in Alabama. That's ridiculously the way it is here. So hot Alaska, and so humid.
Dude, if I had your weather, I'd probably that's exactly what I'd do. Just put it out in the snow outside. You'd probably be just fine.
But you're young. I don't know if I would want to pay that kind of much money for something that's 40 years old. I mean, I remember going in there when I was like a tiny little, like 3, 4, 5
I just remember they
years
had
old.
curly fries at one time.
Curly fries. I remember the ice cream machine.
That shows we don't go out anywhere, Arlie. Oh goodness, that's funny. Oh,
Miss
anyway,
Susan Bass, how are you?
and we have went everywhere.
We have. I meant to tell you about that though. That's a lot of money for something really, really old, and we don't have anywhere to put it. I don't know what condition it was in, shape it was in, or anything.
Like we're talking about the over planning though. I think what we do is we have so much to plant, and I think that
we
a lot of
get
times
real excited.
we get real excited, but at the same time, it's like, well, if something fails, then we have these to back up. Our garden just boomed this year, and so it was one of those things where
we were
just like,
bringing
for instance,
so much stuff in, we could hardly handle bringing that in, much less the extra work.
And we talked about even planting, early fall peas and things like that. But to be honest with you, we've done so much.
We don't have freezer space.
It was just like, we can't even catch up. So it was just.
I was telling my mom tonight. She's on here, and she's trying to give us like 6 gallons of peanuts, and I'm like, I don't have any freezer space. So I told her she just had to keep them until. I was like, when we eat the ones that we have, then you can bring me another bag. But we really don't have any freezer space. Larry said the heat is killing me in Arkansas too. Hoping for cooler weather soon.
Our humidity's been what's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stacy, we have planted some seeds. We planted, if y'all remember, we did the video about changing the way we thought. Our greens are doing really good. Our broccoli is coming up. Our lettuce did not come up, so we are holding off like we originally talked about.
I think it's too hot. I don't think it's cool enough.
It's not
here
hot
yet.
for a lot of people. For us, it is miserable. So,
I mean, we're still bumping in the 90s every day.
Simple life. What's going on, Chris and Tara?
It is just too hot right now. I feel like it's not going. The seeds are not going to germinate till it cools off.
Drops Family Garden. Thank you. We are looking more and more into solar. We're trying to figure out what we need. So thank you so very much.
Yes,
all in one
absolutely.
Unit. Remember that. Okay, I need to look into that more because every time I look at it, I feel like I'm stupid, or I need a dunce hat every time I look at the solar stuff. I can never figure it out.
It's definitely a lot.
They're going to do a video on it in 3 weeks. Okay, Jobs, we'll catch that because we're trying to learn as much as we can. Let's see. Hey, thank you, McLeod. Be safe. Y'all be safe, and thank y'all for coming on.
Yes, absolutely.
What's so crazy for us is it's hard for us to. It's so funny because we have a growing season. I mean, we can grow turnips and mustards and collards even all through December and January. We grew them all last year, really up until spring. We were actually the only reason we got rid of them was really just to close them up for the year, right? And that was when we were closing up for spring. So we can plant late and still be okay because we don't have the kind of temperatures like some of y'all have. And
not hardly.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. I like the cold weather. I told Missy the other day, like I got my toboggan out. I can't wait for it. So
I aspire to do solo, but I have to be able to justify the cost.
I agree fully with you. Rehab life, it can get expensive. Here though, we're with a company called Energy, which I know a lot of y'all in the Southwest probably are too. But to me, I feel like our rates are just terrible. I really do. So we could probably justify it. It's just
Daniel said that they got their first turkeys coming on Saturday.
Awesome. We had our first duck egg. We've had chickens for years, and we've had turkeys and ducks before, but this is our first time that we've had runner ducks to actually live here on farm long enough to have.
And they were
eggs.
Beautiful, y'all.
Gorgeous.
They're absolutely beautiful. We have some chickens that have some pretty tough shells, especially when you compare them to store-bought, because store-bought you can barely touch it.
Yes, ma'am.
And they crack.
Rebecca, we are. I'm sorry.
You have some chickens that are a little bit harder. Y'all, these duck eggs were like, pow. It took.
What was that?
It was like, pow.
One more time.
It was hard. I was like, wow, this is really, we have some that are super tough. But these duck eggs were very tough. I'm super excited. We have one that's laying for sure. She puts off a pale green egg.
How are you?
It's very much like our.
It reminds you of our olive and Easter egg.
Yeah, it reminds me of our olive eggers. It's a really, really, really pale green, And that's why when we moved them over, Colby said, there's an egg laying over there. I was like, I don't think they're laying. That's where the chickens were before. That's probably just a chicken egg that got left laying on the ground. He was like, we've cut grass. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if they're actually.
Is it duck
All
egg?
the ducks that we had, all the eggs that I incubated were all white. So I was like, I don't know. And Aiden went back out the next day and there was another duck egg. And then he went back out there today and there was another duck egg. So we're like, yay, they are laying.
What's so crazy?
But I used both of them in the cake
I
tonight.
absolutely love ducks. I do. I just, it's not really for any reason other than just, they're just like a pretty yard ornament to me. Them and turkeys both, I love them.
Stacey, we have not found any turkey eggs that I'm aware
As of yet, yeah.
Which the turkeys and the ducks are together, but the turkey eggs should be speckled.
Fancy farmer, yes.
I'm expecting speckled turkey eggs because again, all the ones that I put in the incubator were speckled. Which
we bought a lot. Yeah, we bought some too. Fancy farmer, what do y'all keep your air conditioner at? I keep thinking about y'all freezing Misty too hot. It's like my house. Okay, so normally our house stays around 72 to 73, 74 on average. Misty's pregnancy time,
it's about
it's
70.
like 70 to 71, and we live on concrete floors, and we don't have carpets or anything like that. So, like, and then she turns on like every fan in the house. So we literally freeze.
I have a bad habit of turning the fan on at night when I get real hot. So does duck eggs have more yolk than?
They have more. They tend to have a darker yolk and actually a little bit more robust
They're protein,
flavor.
more cholesterol.
They're a good egg. They're very good egg.
They're very good eggs.
I see someone said hadn't ate duck. Duck's a dark meat animal. I actually like the duck tacos. I've ate duck tacos several times, and I've ate wild duck to me is different than somebody just giving you a piece of duck at a restaurant. So when we ate wild duck, it's to me it's lean, and so we can cook it on the grill and put the fat down and grill it. We actually ate it like a steak. Duck that you're like buying, with the breast, it's okay to me. I mean, we didn't buy the ducks really for meat as much as we bought it for the eggs.
So yes, and they are typically a larger egg than a regular chicken egg.
Yeah,
like a jumbo egg. Yeah.
Stacey, there are always people in our area looking. I mean, that's got duck eggs to incubate. Sure.
Yeah. Once I get more of, okay, we have 5 that are 6 months old, 6.5 months old, and we have 1 laying for sure. I know that we have 2 drakes for sure, and I think the other 3 are going to be female.
2 mallards.
I know we have two males. I know for sure. And I know we have the other 2 are females. I'm not 100% sure on one of them. So
Sharon Brasher, I agree with you there. I would agree with that. Because to me, wild duck is leaner and it's still dark meat. It's still, I mean, if you cook it different or wrong, it could be tough. But to me, it's good. I like grilling it. But
never turn my fans off year round.
But at the same time, duck, if it's not cooked just right, to me, it's kind of chewy and rubbery. It reminds me of almost pulled pork if you cook it right.
Quail eggs are tiny. Yeah, cool. We've never been real interested in quail.
We've always said we were never going to have smaller livestock or smaller animals, and the smallest ones we have chickens. Susan Bass, duck can be greasy if you not cook it right. You always cook fat side down or score your fat so it goes through your meat, and you want to cook it out really good. I like dove, but see, that's another thing. Dove season just went on this last weekend here, and for me, they're not worth it. It's not worth it. You have to kill so many to clean them. It's just not worth it. I think of that like brim. Not that we don't like brim, but I'd rather eat a bass or something that I can actually eat one and have enough. So, I like chicken chop. It's good.
We are getting ready to butcher our meat birds just here in the
third set of the year. Last set of the year.
But since I've been meal prepping, we've been eating at least 2 or 3 a week. which is when I was not meal prepping, we were only eating maybe one a week and a half.
Hey, are
So,
y'all liking our meal preps? Have y'all
think that
followed
that's
our meal
helped.
preps? Y'all might hate them. I don't know. We enjoyed doing meal preps, but I thought it was pretty cool. Hey, Mama Z's, how are you?
Susan said only had duck once when she was a kid, and that's all that she remembered was it being greasy.
It can be. Yeah, that's why, to me, you have to know what you're doing with duck. A lot of people don't cook it. Best way to me is just roast it heavy, and just make it slow and easy. And then we always say it's duck tacos.
I will. Are you, Fancy Farmer? You're talking about the French bread, right?
Correct.
I like meal preps.
How do you get in the mindset to butcher chickens? I don't know if I could do it. Tiffany Taylor, I would say this. It's just, you just got to do it. I mean, I know that sounds crazy. First time we ever butchered, we had no help. We had one person, and we watched people. We actually saw Joel Salatin do it. We felt comfortable, but it was just like, okay, now we got to do this. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm speaking from somebody who's killed and processed deer and killed hog before. So I'm used to visceration. That was not the problem. It was just the fact that the killing part for us, I was used to shooting. You know, if you're shooting as a deer hunting or bow hunting or whatever. So at this point, it was a little bit different because now we're culling them right there. I mean, we're on personal touching culling. So that was a little different.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, Misty doesn't do the kill or the viscerate.
I think that God designed a man to be able to provide food for family. I think that's the nature of a man. I mean, even if you go back hundreds of years ago, the men went out and hunted. The men went out and
we're a month off Homesteading gravy
and did the food gathering. So I think that's just naturally in a man that it's easier for them to be able to do that. I guess I could do it if I had to, but I just don't want to be I don't want to I would not want to go out and be like, all right, come on, chicken, let's go. I mean, you know, I can do the prep work and stuff after. I'm not even crazy about gutting it. Even though I had to separate the livers and hearts last time.
That's first start and during her first trimester, I think.
Yes, and I was so nauseated. Oh, it was not good. I did it. So
Tiffany, I would just say try it. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say go buy 50 meat birds. I would say
10, maybe.
You know,
or 8.
I wouldn't practice on roosters or your little chickens or layers because they're a totally different bird. So you need to buy 5 or 6 Cornish cross or go to somebody's house. That's what we did. Okay, for instance, we didn't go to somebody's house. We invite people over, and so we had several.
We did not dive into it until we watched Joel.
Oh yeah,
we watched him. We were there on site. We watched him, and that made us feel more confident. And then we thought it would be great to have people that are interested in this, if they want to come and watch. It's you can't describe it to people. You can't talk to them about it.
Right.
You can't even watch a video about it until until you watch it and your hands on. So that's when we opened up and said, hey, if you want to come watch, you want to come learn about it, you want to come.
It's grown. We've done, how many chickens have we done this year? 60? No, 50. No, 60.
The first time
25,
I think we did
35, 60 so far. So we've done 60 so far for the year. We have another 35 to do, so that puts us at 95. So, you know, for us, we had, the last time we had 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5 females and 2 males.
I don't know. What's where you can hardly
4 or 5 females and 2 males. Thank you, sweetheart. 4 or 5 females, and so they got into it. It was like
arts and crafts and the
like one lady, she was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this. I'm doing it right now. And she was like our evisceration queen. I mean, she got into it. She could not cull. She wouldn't kill, but she did very good on evisceration. She just
gutting.
Yeah. So she really did. I mean, I think it's one of those things that you just kind of just got to do it. I mean, I hate to say it. That's the only way to do it. It's kind of like deer, skinning a deer same way. I've gotten to where now I can just do it. But
It
at
was
first
certainly
it's like,
easier than I thought it was going to be, Kim
yeah,
said.
it is. It's a lot easier than you think.
You just have to kind of get into like a routine. You need to
hey,
have
Sam, what's going on?
You need to have a setup and kind of know
Stacy,
what
we are doing.
plan.
What dates were we doing though?
I think you said the 20th. I think you said the 20th.
It's a week from this Saturday, so we're about 10 days away. We're going to be processing, unless bad weather, the 19th. That's our goal, Stacy. For a lot of y'all are not like coming down from Minnesota or nothing, but if you're in our area, that's
she's local to us.
Sam, we're going to be doing it the 19th. He's another one. Yes, we're going to be trying to get ready to do the cornish cross processing again. So Sam had helped us last time. Hope you'll come back again. So will y'all be videoing it? We will be videoing it. Now this time we
have
made
an in-depth video already on YouTube.
I know everybody does a cornish cross video, but I've watched everybody's cornish cross video. And when we did our video, I really think it was a good video on how we cut up. I even talked about the options if you choose to do it a little bit like if you're selling or if you're having it for the house. I do think you need to go back and watch our processing video.
Well, and I think we really tried to break it down on details and not just say, hey, y'all, this is what we're fixing to do, but really try to give details on what we did, why we did it, and not just say, hey, this is what we're fixing to go do, and just and kind of leave the audience hanging. We really tried to make a good video on butchering.
It's very good. Actually, it's been YouTube has flagged it like 15 times. We just keep changing the name of it. Right now it's named as Brothers Processing 101 or something like that. Easy process. But it's in our history. It's a great video, I think. I really do. I might be a little biased because it's our video, but I think it's really good.
Will you break any down or freeze it whole?
We'll freeze it whole because that's the easiest. Because by the time we're to the point of done, we're sick of seeing chickens. So we will put them whole. But like for instance,
but if we want to break it down, then we do.
We broke one down last night.
I meal prep. Y'all have heard us talk about that some. So every Sunday afternoon, I sit down and make a list of every meal we're going to have up until the next Sunday. And we also go ahead and get out all the meat for the week. Like if we're going to have spaghetti,
I'm good. See you later.
Round steak, chicken, whatever we're going to have that week. I go ahead and get it all out, put it all in the refrigerator. And so last night we had grilled chicken.
It was yummy.
And so I already had it in the refrigerator, and Colby just got it out and broke it down and threw it on the grill.
I thought about actually videoing that last night. I did not do it, but I need to do it because we process ours the way we would cut our breast off bone. We never keep our breast on bone. So we'll cut our breast off bone and have boneless, skinless breast, but then our leg quarters and our wings we leave intact. So we'll do leg quarters and then wings and then boneless breast.
Miss Sue said she wished she could come, but she can't cross the U.S. border from Canada.
Oh, just come on. I will. Just come on. Donna Caswell, how are you? Let's see. Let's see. I'm sorry. I was trying to read everybody's comment.
I made an amazing make-ahead potato dish for dinner last night. You can start 2 days in advance. You want me to message you? Yeah, that would be great.
Let's see. Tiffany said, do you make bone broth and eat the feet and ox? Okay, so here's what we do. And we talk about this in another video.
Bone broth with the feet.
We have people who come that specifically want livers, gizzards, hearts, and feet. And a lot of times that's kind of like their payment. So that's not things that we typically use. How we make our bone broth is every time we break down our chicken or eat on our chicken, I use all the carcass or either all the bones and put it all in a crock pot, fill it up with water, turn it on high for 48 hours. Then season it with onions sometimes. Yeah, you can put carrots, you can put carrots, onions, celery, whatever you want, salt, whatever.
There's that Carly. Hey, Carly. I put so then at 48 hours
35, Sam.
Then I strain it all off. And I would prefer to put it in glass jars, but I had a few crack on me one time. Yep. So I have now started putting them in freezer bags, which is not ideal for us. We don't really like to use plastic unless we absolutely have to. But we don't unless we're freezing it. If we're using it, we'll leave it in the glass jar, like Misty said. Yeah, but we are. And a lot of times I have made like what did I make a few weeks ago? I don't remember what the first dish was. I made something with chicken and then used all of the pieces. Oh, I remember what it was. I made dressing.
Yeah.
And then
the
I
dressing. was
used
trying to think
all of
dumplings, and that wasn't right.
so I baked the chicken, pulled all my meat off, put all the rest of it in the crock pot. Then I made my broth. And then the next day I used all of the bone broth in soup. I think it was soup that I made or something that required, I think it was soup. Was it the chowder?
I thought it was the chicken or rice thing.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but so anyway, then I just turned around and used the
We just
bone
like
broth.
to eat. We just like to eat.
We do.
We use it in gumbo.
Process in a pressure canner.
Gumbo.
Actually, I don't have a pressure canner. I do like to can a lot of your fruits and stuff like that. I don't put up vegetables in cans
No gizzards and hearts for me.
Because I have too many little ones running around. I can't really stand over it like I feel like I would need to be if I was canning things in a pressure canner. So we don't have a pressure canner. He says that he's gonna go
I need to do that 'cause
learn
I have
all of
7
that.
freezers.
But I'm not into the pressure canner stuff right now.
We really don't have time to take on that process, to be honest.
Well, I wanted to do it after Selah, and then I found out that we were going to have Jennings. Well, he's only 2, and then now we're going to have another baby in December. So I just my time like earlier today, like I can't tell you if I'm doing one thing, he's doing something else, or he's got to go to the bathroom, or he's like I can't ignore him to tend to the pressure can and stuff like I feel like I would need to. Does that make sense to y'all?
I cannot stand gizzards. I mean, I can even eat the liver if I had to, or the heart. I can't stand a gizzard. Especially when you cut them up. If you ever process chicken, you have to deal with a gizzard. Y'all can have them. I hate them.
I hate gizzards.
You don't even. Have you ever tried gizzards?
Can we try them?
Yeah, I have. Let's see.
Yeah, Rebecca, I'm with you. It's not a hard
Douglas,
process.
see you later, man.
But it does require your time and attention. And for me, I wouldn't want to just walk away from it. So I have to do that periodically because I have like a lot of little kids. So I would either have to hire a babysitter or get somebody to watch my kids while I did pressure canning. And for me, it's just not worth it right now. I do like to do hot water bath stuff, but we just hadn't jumped into the pressure canner stuff, and that's why. I feel like I have too much other things. My kids demand my attention.
But at the same time, when we talk about not eating the innards ourselves, if you ever watch those videos, nothing goes to waste here. So the innards go to the pigs, the livers, gizzards, and feet go to
my mom says I love chicken livers.
People who come.
And we sent half the chicken livers to her. And then Miss Belinda took several chicken livers and hearts, and she took some of the feet. Yeah, Sam took some of the innards. So, nothing goes to waste. From the feathers to the blood, we collect the feathers that come out. They go in the compost. Blood goes directly on, or diluted down to gardens or compost. From the feet to the innards to, the whole chicken gets used.
The whole chicken.
The pigs will even eat their heads.
Missy don't do that part either. So, that's I'll be honest with you. I'm not the biggest chicken eater, but you can't tell me, and I know you've heard this from every farm or homestead that actually does chickens. You can't tell me you can find cheaper meat than the chicken you can provide at your own house. Even if you do, we're raising ours this time. If you remember a lot of our videos and what our chickens cost, we've raised non-GMO. This time with this set, they're completely organic. Everything from them are organic. The net set that we have growing up now, the Freedom Rangers are organic as well. So they've been on non-medicated organic feed from the start. So we're gonna have we're excited about that just because we've always done non-GMO, but to have that fully organic, we were very pleased with that.
Yeah. And see, another thing,
family, what's going on?
Another thing I would mention about pressure canner is some of the bigger, heavier ones, which we would want, they're not recommended for glass oven tops, stove tops. which is what we have. So that would be another thing that we would have to kind of work out and find out. Baby, please get off me.
We have a Coleman outside stove that we can utilize.
We do, but I don't know how.
We simply don't have time, and we eat so much in
Mm.
season, and we're a big family, so a lot of times we don't. Just think about
She said, "Oh, SpongeBob."
Oh, yeah.
mug.
Oh yeah,
We've had that thing we've
been
had
with
that
us.
mug for years.
that mug for years. That was
Y'all like
funny.
my play on
I like
words?
it. It was good. That was good. You've been saving that one, haven't you?
No, it just gone to me.
You've been saving that one. Let's see. Kim, I agree. I like red meat too. I like lean red meat, so I like deer. I like pork. Chicken is definitely not my favorite, but again, you can't beat the price of it. And we use it for everything. And our kids love chicken, except for one. One's a little sketchy on chicken.
Except for
So,
She
except
loves
for one.
Coke.
That's good. Let's see. So we got that coming up and processing. We'll probably in about 4 weeks after that, we'll process 2 to 3 turkeys as well. We may process a few more. We
So
haven't decided.
Stacy said she has All American and she uses it on the glass top, just don't slide it around. So
Hey,
what
Shelby, how are you?
size do you have, Stacy? Because we were looking at the biggest one.
It's like buying a freezer right now that you can't hardly find them.
Smoked salmon just came off the grill. That sounds good.
That does sound good.
I'm not
Tiffany
crazy
Taylor.
about salmon, but Colby loves it.
Ooh, I love it. But I can't grow it on farm, so I always tell myself why I don't need to just love it all the time because I can't always eat it. So, Tiffany Taylor,
I do
we
like
love deer
deer.
too. Last year was the first year that we didn't have a deer in the freezer. It was a bad year. That's what made us say, okay, we better get our livestock up like we're supposed to. Rebecca, thank you so much. We'll have another video probably tomorrow. So.
Hey, we have a fun one coming out on the little day trip that we went on.
That will actually come out tomorrow.
Yeah, that was a good video. We had fun, lots of laughs and that. I barely missed a funny when Harley was screaming that the ostrich almost got her. What's the ostrich? Yeah, it was the ostrich, wasn't it?
It wasn't the
Mhm.
ostrich.
It was the ostrich.
It's a cute video. We went on a little day trip. I think y'all enjoyed that vlog. It was good.
Yep, that will be the one tomorrow, and then we have one coming out on the barn. A little bit of updates on the new pastures with the woods coming up. So some great videos that are coming up. Hope you look forward to the vlogs for sure.
Shelby, Livy is doing good. Growing. I feel like every day I don't feel like I could grow any bigger, and then I am constantly getting bigger. But
I
she's
grow every
doing
day
good.
too.
She have no idea.
Maybe
And she's doing good.
he's kicking a lot.
She is moving a whole lot. The kids, when I'll be over there and she'll be moving my stomach around, and the kids will come and say, "I want to feel her move," and they're like, "Wow, that one was the big one." Because she's gotten to her kicks have gotten a whole lot stronger. So
Let's see. I saw somebody. What was so funny? There was a person that put a All American Kinder on Facebook Marketplace today in our area, and they used it. They doubled it as a autoclave for tattoo tools. And I was like, is it
You
All
gonna pass
American?
on
I was
that.
like, yeah, I'm gonna skip that one. I thought that was funny. Let's see.
Presto Kenner is lighter on the weight.
We need to try. We just I don't know if we have time to even worry about canning. We keep talking about it, but just no time.
Well, you
We do
said
hot
you
water
were gonna.
baths, but
You
we
said
don't
you
do
were
any of
gonna
it.
do that, but I just don't really. I can't devote the time into it that, as far as I feel like I would need to be there just to watch it and make sure nothing goes wrong. And I have too many distractions.
What's so funny is we really don't have an off season. This is probably our off season right now because fall starts back up and then it rolls into winter, and we're just as busy in the winter. Hunting season comes on, so we plant, but also we're moving cows a lot with the hay and with the rye. So we really never have an off season.
Speaking of pigs, we are still waiting on our pink pigs to have their babies. They are huge. Now, I wouldn't say that they're full, like in their gut yet.
But we need our freezers to be able to process the other 3 males, because all of a sudden here we are have 3 pregnant females. So we don't need like 30 pigs. We do not want to be those people. So.
But they should be due. We were thinking by the 10th of this month, which is like
They made a fool out of me.
tomorrow.
Yep.
So we hope that they are bred. Now you have to remember that George is American Guinea Hog, and he is a lot smaller
Flubbier.
than they are. But I kept telling Colby, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So we're hoping that they are pregnant. They should definitely be able to drop those babies. The only thing that I worry about is y'all seen us move them from right across from where we were to way across. So I am worried that if they have their babies over there, I'm worried that they're either going to get out of the netting because they're so small, or something's going to get over the netting and get them because they're so small. So
Tiffany, we have a video on that, how much it costs to raise pigs, and we can sell them. We've done well on our American Guinea Hog. Now, if you're just raising,
Peppa's next batch already have
already some sold.
I already have been paid for one, and I have 3 that are pending. Like they're on the list, but they just haven't paid me for them or paid us for them. But yeah, they've done really well. I mean, that's of her next litter,
Tiffany, we
which
sell.
we hope are before December.
Typically, a feeder pig is not going to sell as good as a heritage breed, such as a coon or a American Guinea Hog or a old spots. Let's see, Idaho. Those are the ones that are going to sell for a little bit more money. So if you're averaging a feeder pig for $50 to $125 per piglet, that's not a bad price after 4 to 6 weeks. If you're averaging $100 to $250 on American Guinea Hog, coon, Idaho, old spots, that's average too. So you can make some money, especially if your pigs are I mean, you're having 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days is supposed to be when they're bred.
Right.
So you can have.
They can get their gestation period is 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days.
So each
then
mama pig could actually have 2.5 litters per year. So 2 years, 2 litters 1 year, 3 litters the next year.
And you have to remember they can drop anywhere from 5 to 12, 13, 14 babies at a time.
By the way, Tiffany, you said I'm going to binge watch all your videos. We give you full permission to do that. So you will be awesome.
Yeah. So hopefully I told y'all this to say this. Our males are huge, and those girls. I was telling Colby when I got back up here the other day. I said, I mean, they are huge. I mean, not even as much in their like stomach area. They are just so big. I told Colby, even if George wanted to breed them again,
at this point, I don't know.
He couldn't. I really don't think
he's
he
a fat boy. I mean,
he's really fat, but he's only like this tall, and they're like this tall. And I think even if he wanted to breed them again, I really don't think he'll be able to.
And that's okay. If you all remember, our original plan was to keep the American Guinea Hog, and then have the boars off this next batch to do the breeders. However, we just said, hey, why not try it? So our experiment might work or might not work.
Well, we thought we lost one of the babies, remember, that didn't get fixed. That was like a major thing.
That's another male.
So we were like, we've lost a whole pig, and that was
the day that the person came.
Yeah, that was the day the vet came. But we knew that was going to be hundreds of pounds of meat that we lost. So we thought, well, we'll just put George in with the two pink pigs and let them breed them, and then we'll keep the ones we want and then just sell the rest. And that will kind of replace the meat that we lost from losing the other pig, because having him breed them two was not going to cost us anything extra. And then we would have been able to have the piglets again. So that was our goal. But then we found the little rascal in the woods later that afternoon.
He didn't have to get cut, so he was a happy pig. Maybe. All right, so we are up for an hour. I just saw Chris's thing for Single Dad come on. I know he comes on right after us. Are you still reading?
Mm-hmm.
It takes us forever to get off a line.
Stacy said I needed to be added to that list. Your American Guinea Hog, Stacy, is that what you're wanting?
We're gonna land the plane. You ever heard of that? Land the plane.
Short piggies get no respect.
Land the plane. We're gonna land the plane. So thank y'all again for coming on tonight. We always enjoy our lives. Had some new people here tonight, so thank y'all for coming on. We hope you enjoy it. Tiffany, again, please go binge watch, and everybody else on this thing can come go binge watch as well. So thank y'all again for coming on, and we have got some great videos coming up. A great fun video tomorrow. The barn build for under $10,000, 40 by 60 hay barn coming out, I think, on Friday. And then Saturday, you will see some updates on where the pastures are going to be. So a lot happening here. Very, very busy.
Just get with me, Stacy. And we're going to say goodnight.
Good night. God bless.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homes.